Okay, so welcome to Friday night at 9 o'clock. We're going to learn our next stitch on the 100 stitches on 100 Fridays. So everybody's probably exhausted. I know today was an early morning for all of you shoppers who choose to Black Friday shop. So I've got a fun stitch for you tonight in honor of Black Friday and all the money that was spent and maybe like the jewelry and gifts that you bought. We're going to learn the diamond stitch. The diamond stitch is kind of fun. It makes a diamond up on the top of your project. So the first thing that we want to do before we start is to do our slip knot and then start our chain. Now for this particular project, I'm back to using just 100% acrylic yarn. This is Maystay from Walmart. The color is just yellow. I think it's Lemon Drop. You can buy any yarn for this. It's not too dense, but not too lightweight. It's kind of one of those middle stitches. I'll see if I can show you my needle here real quick. I am using, if we can get it to focus, sorry. It does not want to focus though, does it? There, maybe. Well, either way, trying to focus it, it is an I, if you can see that, an I, the number is 9, 5.25 millimeter. So that's what we're using. I usually do use the H, but again, this is the I, sizing up one size. Not really for any particular reason, just that's what I've chosen. To start the diamond stitch, you're going to do multiples of 4 when you chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that makes a group of stitches. So I'm going to start by doing 19. And the reason I say 19 is because you're going to do a multiple of 4 and then add 3. So if we do 4 there, and then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 8. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 16. Now do the plus 3, 2, and 3. So to start this little piece right here, we have chained 19. So you're going to chain a multiple of 4 and then chain 3 more after you do that. Now on turning to do the next row, I just want you to go into each of these stitches and put a single crochet. That's just where we go into the V, yarn under and pull through, and then pull through both hoops or both loops on the needle. So I'm going to give you time to single crochet back across your chain, and then we'll come back and do the next part. Okay, now we should have finished across the chain row. You turned around, you single crocheted back across the chain. For the next row, what I want you to do on this stitch is chain 2 and then go back and double crochet across that same row. So you chain your multiples of 4, then you chain 3 more. For this project, if you're following along with us, we chose 19 as our number. Then we turned and we single crocheted across the chain, and then we turned and we are double crocheting back. When you turn after the single crochet, make sure that you do the chain 2 so that you can get your double crochet count right. I'm going to go ahead and let you double crochet across your row, and then we'll meet up and show you how to do the diamond on top of this. Okay, so now we've done our double crochet row. It should look like that if you're following along with us and doing the 19, but you can do whatever you want to practice with or if you're actually doing a project. Now, I will let you know that this next part is going to seem a little daunting to beginners because it's a stitch that we do not teach in our in-person classes. If you've crocheted a lot before, it's going to put 2 stitches together that you may have not done a whole lot of, but trust me, once you get it learned and going, you will be just fine. What the stitch is called is a front post treble together, and that sounds really complicated, but I promise you it is not. So bear with me as I teach it to you. Watch the video several times back if you need to, because you will get it. You will learn to understand what it's doing and what that means. I have taught the front post stitch before. You guys should be pretty common with it. If not, there's a video on it. And I have taught the treble before, which is just yarning over 3 times before you do the stitch. Whereas in the double you do 2 and the single you do 1. So if you put those together, you're going to be just fine. So what we're going to do is we're getting ready to turn here. So I want you to chain 1 after you turn. Then you're going to find the 3rd stitch from the bottom. So if you look at the top of this, there's your V's, which all look like greater than signs. You're going to count over 3. 1, 2, 3. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Normally you'd go in this one here because that's the 3rd stitch over. But we're going to go in the bottom. So down here is the one I want you to go into. And we're actually going to go in the 4th one from the row. So if this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, we are going to front post into that right there. So before we do that, I want you to wrap around twice, 1, 2, as if we were going to double crochet. Then you're going to find that front post stitch that we're going to use. You're going to front post stitch around the 4th stitch from the bottom. Grab your yarn and pull it through. Make sure you pull it enough up and give yourself a big loop here so that you don't have too much tension on your tightness of your stitch. You should have 4 loops on your needle at this point. The one that was the original from the chain 1, these 2 are where you wrapped around, and this is the one you just pulled as you pulled through the front post. Now, with those 4 loops, I want you to yarn over and pull through 2 at a time. So yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and then you've got 2 left. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. You should have something that looks like that. Now, this counts as a stitch. It didn't go in the V, but it's a stitch. So when you look at your project from the back, there's a V there. That would have been that stitch. I want you to go into this next one, which is right here, and just do a single crochet. Go into the next stitch and do a single crochet. Go into the next stitch and do a single crochet. That now attaches that front post treble, which is what this is. You trebled, you wrapped twice to do a treble, but you front posted it to the bottom row, attaches it to your pattern. Now if you'll notice, it's diagonal, and that's going to be one of the bases of your diamond. So it should look like that. Now we're going to make this side of the base of the diamond. So we're going to wrap around twice like we did before, like we're going to make a treble. In this instance, we're going to go into that same stitch that we front posted. So we're going to front post again into the exact same stitch that we did before. Again, yarning over and pulling through, but making sure that when you pull through, you give it enough tension on that loop that you don't pull your stuff too tight. So make sure you have a big loop on that one. You're back like we were before. There's 4 hoops on your hook. The original one, the 2 wraps for the treble, and the front post one you just pulled through. You're again going to yarn over and pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Now I don't want you to finish it here. Over here we yarned over again and pulled through these 2. I want you to leave these 2 on your needle just like that and wrap 2 more times again, because this is going to go into the next diamond, the next layer of the diamond, and I'll show you how that's going to work here in just a second. So you're going to skip 3 stitches. 1, let me get into focus here. You're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, because over here we had to go ahead and make single crochets for them. Here we're not going to do that. We're just going to skip them. We're going to front post into the next 4th stitch, which is right here, just like we did over here. We're repeating this leg right here. So front post and pull it through, pull it up. Now you're going to pull through 2, just like you did before, pull through 2, just like you did before, but now you'll notice you have 3 on there. That is okay. You're going to pull through all 3. I want you to take a minute to look back at what we've done. You'll see the bottom of the diamond that has formed here from these 2 front post trebles, and you'll see that we've made the next diamond leg over here. We're back at this starting point here, if you'll notice. This stitch we just did matches over here. So the next thing that we did when we were over here was we did these 3 single crochets. So again, I want you to skip this V here because it belongs to this post, and in the next 3 stitches just single crochet. So now we're set up to do this back post to finish this diamond out here. So we yarn over twice like we're going to treble. We go back into the same front post that we did before and pull our yarn through, making sure to pull it all the way up so that it matches where our thread is. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Remember we said we're leaving these 2 on. We're going to wrap twice again. You're going to skip 3 stitches and go into this front post here. Pull it all the way up. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through all 3 left on your needle. Go ahead and take a look back. You should have 2 V's that will be the bottom of your diamond. So we're going to stop there for just a minute. I'm going to let you guys kind of practice on that, and then I'll show you how to go back across the top to make the next row. Okay, when you get to the end, and in this particular case we're going to have 3 diamond V's because you've got your edge here and you've got your edge here. But you'll notice that the V didn't go to the end. When you finish, you're going to have 2 double crochets left. All I want you to do is take 2 single crochets and put them in those end stitches. That's going to get you to the end, and that's going to make your piece look even. There's your 3 diamonds. You're making a 3 diamond piece out of this count. Now, how do we get the top diamonds to go back? Because if you'll notice, what's going to happen is we're going to turn our project and we're going to chain, and now we're faced the wrong way. Our diamonds are on the other side. So this row here, when you're going back, does not have any of the front post trebles. All you're going to do is in every stitch all the way back, just put a double crochet. That's it. Go all the way back on this row, just putting a double crochet into every stitch. I'm going to let you guys do that, and then I will show you what that looks like once you get double crochets down the row. Okay, so here's our piece. We've double crocheted all the way down. We've turned. We're ready to chain 1 right here and go back. So we need to put the top of our diamonds on. So this is really easy to do. You're going to follow the same thing we did from the beginning part. Only what we need to do is start from here, because we need to do the leg this way, not the leg this way again. So in order to do that, we need to single crochet in these first 3, because if you'll notice, we put single crochets here in the middle when this leg was already done. So we're going to single crochet and then put this leg. So we've single crocheted, now we're going to put this leg. So now we're ready to wrap 2, and you're back posting all the way back here into this post here that you made, and you'll wrap it through. Remember to pull it so that it's not pulling tight on your thread. You've got 4 loops on your needle there, so you pull through 2, pull through 2. There's where you're at. Remember that we are going to double wrap here and go down here. So from this spot here, we need to not pull through these 2, but double wrap and go front post into this one. Pull this one through. Again, making sure you pull it kind of tight. Yarn over, pull through 2 of those. Yarn over, pull through 2 of those. You have 3. Yarn over, pull through all 3, just like you did on the row before. Now, back here, if you'll look at your V's, this stitch, let me bring it to focus, this stitch here is this post. It just doesn't join. So don't go into that stitch, but in these next 3 single crochets you're going to put those in, and then you're ready to do another one here. So wrap twice, again, front post back into this stitch, and yarn over and pull through. There's your 4 on your needle. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Sorry, this camera keeps going in and out of focus. You've got 2 left on there. You're going to leave them on there. You're going to wrap 2 again to go into the next stitch. You're going to front post into this diamond here. After you front post and pull through, you've got 5. So you're going to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3. Again, that should be what's counted as the stitch here. So in the next 3 V's, skipping that one, put 3 single crochets. Now I want you to take a look back at your crochet piece, and you have completed 2 diamonds. So that's the diamond stitch. It's not really complicated. Is it a beginner stitch? No, by no means. But can beginners do it? Yes, if you tackle it slowly, watch the video a few times, take it at your own pace. Again, we have front posted before and we have trebled before. It's just putting those 2 together and trying to understand that you're going into these stitches from the previous rows, and that just takes a little bit of practice. So it's not necessarily not an intermediate stitch, but I do think you guys can handle it pretty well, those of you that are newer to crocheting and just learning. It's just a fun stitch. It makes a really neat design. Again, it's not very heavy. It's not a very dense stitch. These do not hook to your piece, so be aware of that. It can catch baby fingers, baby toes, so it's probably not a good idea to make a baby blanket out of this one because, like I said, these actual post stitches are not attached. But it's just a lightweight option for a stitch. You could do a blanket out of it. I just wouldn't probably let your baby lay on it or play with it. Other than that, I'm probably going to make a coin purse out of mine, and I will show you once I get it finished what that turns out like. I'll put a zipper in it and everything. But that's the diamond stitch. I hope you guys enjoyed this class tonight, and I will see you next week. Have a good weekend.